Welcome back to the best YouTube channel ever, Modify Weekly. This week we are fitting a boost gauge to the Scoob. Also, if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button because we'd love to hit 1,000+ subscribers by the end of the year. Thank you for your help. Right, so the first thing we are doing when fitting this boost gauge is we're going to get the dash apart, mount the gauge and get the wire run for it to the power supply.
So you want to get your dash apart. We're going to mount the gauge up here, so you want to get this bit off so you can feed your wires through. So you've got a little Phillips popper there, this comes out. And then there's two clips behind, and you can get your hand in underneath there to bring the wires down. So I don't plan on keeping my boost gauge here all the time. I want to get the 3 boost gauges that go up here. So I'm just going to use a sticky pad to stick it down and run the wire in the door seal and through into there, so I don't have to make any holes for the wires to go through. So the kit does come with like 1/2 metre of silicone tubing, but I wanted red, so I went and got 4 metres of silicone tubing. Kit does come with a T-piece as well, which I've already put on. And basically you want to come around your engine bay and find a way into your car through the engine bay. So I've got a grommet down there that I've taken out. I'm going to cut a hole in it and that goes straight into the engine bay.
Sound brother.
So the grommet down there just sits behind the turbo. You've got to feed your silicone wire through the grommet, through that hole. So the T-piece goes into the recirculating valve. I'm going to cut in there and put the T-piece in.
Right, due to this line being so short, I've got some needle nose pliers. I'm going to grab it around the neck there, lift it up and pull. He's going to put the Jubilee and T-piece in whilst I'm holding it up. Otherwise it's recirc valve off, intercooler off and all of that, and it's a ball ache and I can't be bothered. So we've got Paul doing the last Jubilee clip up from the T-piece. And that's literally it. One end there, one end there.
You don't need Jubilee clips, it's just a precaution.
It's just so it doesn't slip off and you get a vac leak, because no one likes vac leaks, do they?
So when you've got your boost line through in over there, you need to come over and basically on the instructions for it to turn on, you need to find a 12-volt switch live. So we've got a multimeter, put it red end in one of them on a bit of metal, turn the ignition on. If it gets 12 volts when you turn it on, that's okay. If it's 0 when the ignition's off, also okay. Feed a wire into there, send the fly lead over to here and connect all those wires in, and then
so that's the red from our 12 volt, the red constant on the constant, and the red and yellow that go to the actual gauge.
It's all ignition, so it won't.
And they're all just connected. They're going to be soldered together and heat shrunk.
So the boost gauge needs an earth, so we're going to run it to this bolt up here on a fly lead, and then go to the 2 blacks on there, which we're all going to solder these connections in and then heat shrink them just to guarantee that good connection.
So once it's all soldered up and heat shrunk, you can then put your vac line onto the
controller,
and
find a place to mount the controller,
and then get it into your boost gauge, and then go home.
So the boost line comes through the grommet there. I've gone up and over the steering rack into the boost controller there, which runs in a wire up through the door seal for now, because I'm not fully mounting it, and it's going to sit up here around there.
Once you've finished all your wiring, go ahead and put your dash back together, and then you can try out your mad new boost gauge and see how bad your turbo is.
So, moment of truth to see if it turns on. There, it's on. Copyright music.
Good old Japs.
There it goes. And we're getting some boost pressure. Obviously in neutral it won't show much on it. The real show is when you're actually on the throttle.
This week on Modify Weekly, we are fitting an RBC inlet manifold for the naturally aspirated Honda Civic Type R.